Fitness, everybody. I'm your host, Jim Dandy, and I know what you're thinking. Why is he so dressed up? Well, I am in my white tie because we are headed to the ball, the Kettlebelle ball, that is. Now, if you've been following my series, we've already discussed 4 major muscle groups: the biceps, the triceps, the chest, and the back. And last but not least is the shoulders. So that is where we will be headed today. Alright, I've got my 10s here. I feel like that's a good weight for what I'm going for. We don't want to over fatigue ourselves before we get through the workout. We are going to be doing a lot of repetitions, and we're starting on the sides here. We're just going to come straight up, arms stay straight. We want to just come horizontally across the shoulder. On that nice 2 count, up for 2, down for 2. Again, we're looking for 12 to 15 reps. And both sides count as a rep. So that is 1 whole rep. Make sure we're maintaining proper breathing. Exhale as we're coming up. If you start to get fatigued, just take a nice deep breath and breathe through that fatigue. And 1 more for good measure. Whew. Starting to get a good sweat going, guys. Alright, now, this time we're going to come up together and go down on 3. So we're going to be up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3. Nice deep breaths. Breathe through that fatigue. And 1 more for good measure. Ooh, nice. Now we're going to come forward. Right, left. On a nice 2 count. 1, 2, 1, 2. Remembering both sides is a full set. And we're always looking for those 12 to 15 reps. Taking deep breaths, especially if we start to get fatigued. Make sure we keep those arms perfectly straight. So we're working the shoulder and we're not working any other muscles. And 1 more for good measure. Whew. Alright, set those down. This time I'm going to grab my 15, one-handed. We're going to come straight up and we're going to go down on 3. So it's up. 1, 2, 3. Up. 1, 2, 3. You want those arms perfectly straight, so we're working the shoulder. Making sure we keep that fluidity in the wrist. So the weight just slides right through it as we come up. Again, taking nice deep breaths, especially if you start to get fatigued. Always exhaling on the uptake. And 1 more for good measure. Whew. Okay. Now, some more rows. This time overhead. So we're going to bend at the knees. I'm going to come to the side here so you can get a good look at my form. Slight bend in the knees, a little bit of a squat, and lean forward as far as you can. This time the arms are going to come all the way out. We're going to hold the kettlebell from the side, And we're just gonna go straight up overhead on a nice 2 count. Up for 2, down for 2. Again, we're looking for 12 to 15 reps. Making sure we get a nice deep breath, especially if we're starting to feel fatigued. And one more for good measure. All right, come up. Give those arms a nice little rest. Okay. We're going to go again. This time we're going to start high and we're going to come low. So, nice light bend in the knees. Bit of a squat, lean forward. Start with that weight high and come down on a nice 3 count. Up. 1, 2, 3. Up. 1, 2, 3. Up. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're maintaining proper breathing. Again, going for that 12 to 15 rep mark. And one more for good measure. Whew. Okay, put that 15 down. Woo. Okay, back to our 10s. This time we're going to start straight out. And we're going to come to the side and down. And back around, up, to the side and down. That is a full rep. Make sure we keep those arms perfectly straight. Again, we're looking for 12 to 15 reps. Up, down, up, over, down. Take nice deep breaths. Breathe through that fatigue. Nice deep breaths. And one more for good measure. Whew. All right, set one of those down. This time we're going to alternate arms. We're going to come up, and we're going to go out, and we're going to go back in, and we're going to switch arms. And we're going to keep the arms up the whole time. And all the way across and back on both sides is a full rep. So that is a full rep right there. Breathe through that fatigue. And again, we're looking for that 12 to 15 rep. And one more for good measure. Ooh, nice one. Last set of shoulder exercise, and then we'll move into our stretching. I've got my 10s again. Okay, one last shoulder exercise for you guys. I've just got 1 10 here. I'm going to come up, and we're just going to extend all the way up and back down, a nice 2 count. We're just going to do the right first and then move to the left. And again, looking for that 12 to 15 rep mark. And one more for good measure. Okay, we're gonna move to the left side now. All the way up, and down for 2, up for 2, down for 2. Deep breath, breathe through that fatigue. We're looking for 12 to 15 reps as always. And one more for good measure. Okay, again on the right side. We're going to go up, and this time we're going to pulse double time. So we come up. Make sure you go all the way up. Get a nice stretch in there. Breathe through that fatigue. Nice deep breath. Double time, so we're looking for twice the reps. And one more for good measure. Whew. And back down. Onto the left side, all the way up. A nice pulse. Deep breaths, breathe through that fatigue. This is double time, so we're looking for twice the reps. And one more for good measure. Woo! One last shoulder exercise. We're going to grasp this from the bottom. And we're just going to go straight up and down on a 3 count. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3. Make sure we're getting deep breaths. Breathe through that fatigue. Exhale on the uptake. Again, looking for that 12 to 15 rep mark. And one more for good measure. Whew. All right, we are done. Set that weight aside. Just like I did in the other videos, we are going to end with some stretching. It is very important you stretch those muscles out. You will become fatigued and you will be stiff the next morning. It'll be an unpleasant pain. You want to feel a good fatigue. You want to feel like you've torn some muscle and it's repairing itself. You don't want to feel like you've overworked yourself and you can't move anymore. That's going to discourage you from continuing. So we're going to get a nice stretch here. We're going to start arms up, overhead. Come straight down to the side. Squeeze those shoulder blades in the back as you come down. You almost want to feel like those shoulder blades are touching. And hold that, squeeze real tight, hold that, get a nice breath, and just let it all out. Nice, drop those arms to the side. Now we're going to come straight back. Get those arms back as far as you can. Hold that, 15 to 20 seconds. And turn those palms down. Another 10 to 20 seconds. And release. Then we're just going to pump those arms back. And I like to kind of step to the side. Also getting a little chest action in here, but you're going to really feel it in the front part of those upper shoulders. Okay, and come back and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Keep those palms forward. Take a nice deep breath. Let it all out. Drop those arms. And we are finished. Just one last big deep breath. Let it all out. And that is kettlebell shoulders. Until next time.